So, you want to know who's going to win the first NA regional, huh? Good thing you came here because I have all the numbers. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Shu, and welcome back to another RLCS video. Today, we're going to be going over, of course, regional number one's Swiss bracket. And this is something that is always so hard to do because of the fact that Swiss matters on your actual game differential to decide your next matchup. Getting just one match wrong by a single game completely changes the entire prediction. But I'm going to try my best, and that's because I have statistics on my side. What I have here is an absolutely insane list. I have figured out every placement that every team has gotten over this offseason. This is where 2/3 of a roster played. So for instance, I know that Appjack and Chronic decided to play with Andy for one random event near the beginning of the off season. That event counts. Granted, I'm actually not using that specific piece of data for any of my predictions because that was the draw and they didn't make it past round one. And I think that's not fair. And also, First Killer's maybe slightly better than Andy. But I have done so much work here to where we have figured out how many points I think that all these teams have actually gotten. And you can see I have like some points. So this is how many points teams have earned this offseason, where TSM, a team that played in almost literally every event except for the draw number 6. So obviously they're going to be at the highest. I also have average points, like an average amount of points for when they have played. So this is excluding any times they haven't played. Shopify's on top, G2, TSM still pretty high, Space Station. And then I have one for average points total, where this is an average. It's basically just this top one, I believe, but a little easier to quantify about how many points they actually got per event. I like this middle one the best just because it's a most accurate representation of how well teams did, but it also allows for the skewed points of data to really make an impression, or the fact that like M80 only played in the Oxygen Invitational and they're all the way down there, that kind of thing. And then we also have Pythagorean expectation. I'm sure no one expected me to say that. This is something I actually learned in one of my statistics courses this semester. I wanted to try and put it to the test just a little bit. So basically what this does is this is a formula in order to see how well a team is expected to do, their win percentage, based on how many goals they score and how many goals are scored on them. And based on a very rudimentary version of this, OG is actually at the top. You can see a little formula in the bar here. The only thing is that all these numbers are squared, so it's goals scored squared divided by goals scored squared plus goals against squared. And that squared number is actually supposed to just be an n, and you replace it with the lowest mean difference. But I was having a problem with my code. Okay, I was having a problem with my code, and this rudimentary version works decently well. We see OGs on top with Luminosity, G2, TSM, Shopify Rebellion, Dignitas, and I did all this work. Actually, these were supposed to be separate videos. Okay, I will say both of these were supposed to be their own videos. I got caught up a little bit and ended up not doing them. And so I decided that I'm going to just bring them in for this video, to where I made a list based off of these results. I made a list, and then I went through every single team that made it to the Swiss bracket. And I looked at, okay, team above them, team below them, how well did they do? And that let me move teams around a little bit for someone like M80, who only played in Oxygen. They didn't get to do very well because they're only playing against the top teams. That allowed them to move up a decent bit, as well as just some random thoughts like Gen G. Only that one event with Andy. They haven't actually played as a whole team. They have First Killer. They have the top two performing players of last year. So I think that's really important to point out, is that apparently Jack and First Killer were the two finalists for MVP. I would say LJ was a third, but that doesn't matter. Now we just have to get to the actual games themselves. So I have my list here of all of my power rankings. I'm actually not going to show them because I think they're not important for this video. And so we are going to go ahead, get through into this. Gen G against OG. What a tough matchup for OG. Very first time. Sadly, I think OG is going to lose this. Probably a 3-1 is my guess. TSM against Deleted XD. TSM's pretty solid. I want to give this another 3-1. I think Deleted XD could take it to game 5, though. TSM sometimes does struggle against those middle of the pack teams. Space Station against Pirates. I want to say I want to say a 3-2, honestly. I think this one's closer than expected. G2's going to sweep. NRG against Young Whippersnappers. I want to say 3-1. If YWS actually performs as well as they did in the qualifiers where they beat Omelette, I think that they could definitely take it to NRG, but we'll have to see. Luminosity against Plot Twist. I'm going to actually say a 3-0. Dignitas against Shopify Rebellion. That's a good matchup, but the statistics say that Dignitas would win this in a game 5. And then M80 against Muffin Men. M80 should have a pretty strong performance. I'm going to give them a 3-1. Look how fast this goes. Also, shout out to Adam Core. Absolutely incredible job here, making such a beautiful, beautiful Swiss bracket. If you guys haven't checked him already, I'm going to put his Twitter down below. Make sure to go there and check out his stuff. And while you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe for more RLCS action. Then we have, oh my goodness, that's a spicy matchup in round 2. G2 against Dignitas. Fun fact, 2 of my top 3 teams of North America right now. G2, I do have taking it, but it will go to game 5 for sure. Luminosity against Space Station. I'm going to give this one to Luminosity. Actually, another game 5 probably. Oh my, these are all so spicy. Genji against M80. I'm going to say just another game 5. Wow, so close. And then TSM against NRG. This is not a game 5. I think TSM should be able to take that pretty well. And then Rebellion should easily sweep Snowman. Pirates against Plot Twist. That's going to be Pirates in 5. Muffin Men against Deleted XD. It's actually going to be Deleted XD in 5. Young Whippersnappers OG. OG should take that in a sweep. Then TSM against Genji. I'm going to actually give it to Genji in 4. G2 Luminosity. Okay. Getting a little spicy here. I'm going to give it to G2 in 5. M80 Deleted XD. 3-1 in favor of M80. Space Station against OG. That's such a close one, but Space Station have just a little bit above OG. Just a little tiny bit. Energy against Shopify, probably a 3-1 Rebellion. Although, Energy actually has beaten Shopify this offseason. Actually, I don't think it was the same NRG roster. I think it was only 2/3 of the NRG roster, but it was all 3 members of Shopify. So that'll be really interesting to see. Then Dignitas against Pirates. I'm actually going to say sweep in favor of Dignitas. Muffin Men against Snowmen, 3-1. Plot Twist against Young Whippersnapper. I'm going to say another 3-1. Then, round 4. Actually, let's start from the bottom. Deleted XD against Pirates. Ooh, that's a fun matchup. I actually have these teams pretty close. This is a pretty solid matchup. I'm going to give it 2. Deleted XD in 5. NRG versus Muffin Men. Actually, that's spicy too. Garrett against Squishy. How about that? NRG is going to win it in 5. So Muffin Men are out in round number 4. And then OG are going to take a 3-1 to Plot Twist. And then to make it into the final bracket, Rebellion versus Space Station. Rebellion should take that. I'm going to say in 5. Dignitas against TSM, saying Dignitas in 5. And M80 against Luminosity. I'm also going to say M80 in 5. My goodness, that is so... These top teams are all so close. I think the top 9 are extremely close. Any of them could take it on any given day. Then Luminosity against Deleted XD. 3-1 Luminosity. TSM against OG. That's a sad one, but it is going to go to TSM. I'm going to give OG 2 games because it really doesn't change much. And then Space Station against NRG, where Space Station are going to take, I'm going to say 3-1. So that is my predicted Swiss bracket. You can figure out a lot of how my power rankings are from there. And then this is what my theoretical final bracket would be, but we're not touching that today. We're not touching that today, okay? We're not. Because of the fact that Swiss is so variable and so many things could change based on this, I'm going to go ahead and actually leave the final bracket for when the Swiss results are in. So that is actually it, guys. That's all I have for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see some of that statistical work that I've been working on. I have quite a few ideas that I'm very excited to show you guys. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to go like and subscribe down below, especially subscribe only at 33 subscribers. Definitely would like to get to 100 by the end of the year. That's all from me, guys. Peace out.